With so much to see and do, Washington is a top tourist destination. The state is filled with islands brimming with attractions, lush rainforests, and sleeping volcanoes. Cities of different sizes, bursting with culture, are found throughout these lush surroundings. You're in for a tremendous treat if you're planning a first-time trip to Washington State. All that's left is to choose where to go in Washington out of a bewildering array of fantastic possibilities. Washington, formerly the state of Washington, is a state in the western United States Pacific Northwest area. Named after George Washington, the first president of the United States, Washington is the 18th largest state, with 71,362 square miles, and the 13th most populous, with a population of more than 7.7 million people. It is also one of the most prosperous and socially liberal states in the country. The state routinely ranks among the best for life expectancy and low unemployment, as well as for the most spectacular landscapes, sights, and life that it has to offer. Let us begin by exploring the top 10 places to visit in Washington. Number 1. Seattle Center and the Space Needle. The Seattle Center's Space Needle is arguably the most recognizable of all the city's main attractions. It was constructed for the 1962 World's Fair and now serves as the focal point of the enormous Seattle Center. The Seattle Center also has a ton of interesting art pieces, theater and stage options, and numerous garden and fountain settings. On any bright day in Seattle, the campus is a great place to take a simple stroll outside. Seattle's Space Needle, which is a universal symbol and serves as a representation of the city, was futuristic when it was built in 1962, not only in terms of its name, but also in terms of its design. One may see the Seattle skyline, the Olympic and Cascade Mountains, Mount Rainier, Mount Baker, Elliott Bay, and other islands from the top of the needle. Number 2. San Juan Islands. The San Juan Islands are a collection of more than 172 identified islands and reefs located about 160 kilometers northwest of Seattle. The 4 islands, having ferry service, Lopez, Orcas, San Juan, and Shaw, are the most visited. The San Juan Islands, one of the best places in the world for whale viewing, also offer their fair share of attractions on land, including serene beaches and meadows that can be explored on a bike or on foot, as well as various art galleries. San Juan Island National Historical Park is among the parks that can be found on each of the major islands. Both a British and an American camp from the middle of the 19th century are included in the historic park. The park provides information about camp life and the dispute known as the Pig War. The San Juan Islands are a popular destination for sea kayaking, whale watching, and even eating regional cuisine. Number 3. Pike Place Market. In Seattle, Washington, the United States, there's a public market called Pike Place Market. One of the oldest continually running public farmers markets in the country, it was first established in 1907. Numerous small farmers, artisans, and merchants have shops there that overlook Elliott Bay's coastline on Puget Sound. The market has a main level and a number of smaller levels that are built into the side of a steep hill. Each one has a unique mix of stores, including antique dealers, comic book and collector shops, small family-run eateries, and also one of Seattle's oldest head shops. In actuality, a bustling craft market with 225 local and regional artisans has been operating every day since the late 1960s. Number 4. Seattle Great Wheel. This is a must-see when in Washington. At Pier 57 on Elliott Bay in Seattle, Washington, there is a 53-meter-tall enormous Ferris wheel called the Seattle Great Wheel. When it first debuted in 2012, it was the tallest Ferris wheel on the west coast of the United States, standing 175 feet. The wheel has even appeared in a number of other movies as well, such as the Death Note movie's climax and the action-adventure game The Last of Us Part 2. It transports 42 enclosed, heated, and cooled gondolas that can accommodate up to 8 passengers apiece. While being raised in the air, travelers can enjoy a spectacular view of the city, the sound, and the mountains while listening to a narration outlining Seattle's waterfront history. Number 5. Olympic Peninsula. Outdoor enthusiasts visit the Olympic Peninsula all year round because it is a beautiful natural playground. It is the location of Olympic National Park, which contains 3 different ecosystems: temperate forest, subalpine forest, and wildflower meadow, and rainforest valleys. You can climb Mount Olympus or go on a tour of Hurricane Ridge with a ranger. You may also kayak around Lake Crescent or walk routes amidst peaks covered in glaciers. The snow-capped peaks of Hurricane Ridge and the warm waters of Solduck Hot Springs are 2 more well-liked attractions nearby. Number 6. Bellingham. The largest city in Washington, Bellingham is close to the Canadian border. It's a fantastic location for outdoor recreation. The San Juan Islands are easily accessible from Bellingham because of its proximity to the North Cascades National Park. The neighborhood is well known for its laid-back atmosphere and emphasis on outdoor adventure, and it also has a considerable tourist attraction and culture. The 2 most famous scenic highways in the Bellingham area are Chugganut Drive and Mount Baker Scenic Byway. While Bellingham's surrounding areas are worth exploring, the downtown area is also a great spot to unwind, with some delectable seafood and a beverage from one of the region's delicious cideries, breweries, or wineries. Number 7. Leavenworth. A little town with Bavarian roots close to the Cascade Mountains is called Leavenworth. Any time of year, regardless of the season, you can have fun there. Hiking, birdwatching, golfing, wine tasting, beer tours, and swimming in Solchuck Lake are all great things to do in the spring and summer. There are various annual festivities in this tourist town in addition to its overarching Bavarian theme. The annual Christmas Lighting Festival, where the streets are transformed into a sort of surreal snow globe picture, is probably the most passionate. Another major attraction in Leavenworth is an outdoor activity. To the west of the town, the craggy Cascade Mountains form a backdrop, and famous places like the Icicle Gorge and Alpine Lakes Wilderness are close by. Some of Leavenworth's best hiking paths may be found in these mountain parks, including the renowned Enchantments Thru Hike. Number 8. Spokane. The major city in eastern Washington is Spokane. Visiting Spokane should be a must on your travel plans. Also, the Riverfront Park is the city's crown jewel. One of the largest urban waterfalls in the state, Spokane Falls, may be found at this historic park that was created for the 1974 World Fair Expo. Additionally, the Spokane River rushes through the region, with various vantage points offering views of its falls. Gardens, parks, and museums are some of the additional Spokane attractions. On nearby Mount Spokane, skiing and year-round adventures are also possible. Number 9. Vancouver. Vancouver is something you can't just pass up. The city of Vancouver, which is part of Clark County in the American state of Washington, is situated on the north bank of the Columbia River. With an average attendance of 13,500, the Vancouver Wine and Jazz Festival in Esther Short Park is the biggest jazz event in the Pacific Northwest. The Vancouver Brew Fest, which takes place in August, features over 38 brewers, 5 cideries, 2 wineries, 1 distillery, and 1 meadery. According to The Atlantic, Vancouver is ranked as the 10th most serene metropolitan zone in the world because of the beauty, peace, and quietness of the city itself. Number 10. Tacoma. One of Washington's largest cities, Tacoma is situated halfway between Seattle and Olympia. The city used to have an industrial vibe, but it has since built a wide range of great museums and cultural facilities. The Museum of Glass, one of the most noteworthy, houses stunning translucent works by Tacoma resident and well-known artist Dale Shillelagh. Tacoma is a good starting point for cultural discovery and offers stunning views of Mount Rainier. Visitors can even explore fascinating institutions like the Tacoma Art Museum, the LeMay Car Museum, and the Museum of Glass. Tacoma offers waterfront dining alternatives for eateries that specialize in flavors and cuisine from the Pacific Northwest. Well, to sum it up, the Northwest is a fascinating region. While these 10 places are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Washington's beauty, you will not be disappointed. Washington is also home to famous mountains, stunning rocky beaches, breathtaking waterfalls, enchanting islands, lush woods, lovely lakes and rivers, quaint small villages, bustling metropolises, and so much more. Thank you for sticking with us through to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think of these amazing places to visit in Washington? Leave your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with another inspiring video soon, but in the meanwhile, you can check out previous videos on our channel.